S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Down. 18 Gators.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Ready?
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
First down, Broncos.
Ready? 93 is the mic. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. General West.
Check out, bro.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From midfield, here's Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the Blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
3rd and 7.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Steps awaited, under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dean Lowry providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 21. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Up 3-5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st.
A gain of 15 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Rodgers to throw once more. It's caught here by Adams. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to wind up and air it out. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's strong running.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I never return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Haywood!
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Open man here is Hamilton. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Topper! Smooth! Get it!
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Hey, team 6, team 6. 44
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He'll get this to Philip Lindsay, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsay, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Here's Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
Ready, set. Is the mark. Check tight, check tight, check tight. 6-6, pull it hard. Ready.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Here we go, here we go. 10 logo.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the turnover, here's Locke. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Preston Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Hey, box drop. Hey, Sam off.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Locke. It's caught. Jones. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready? 18 Gator. You ain't going nowhere. Any weapon.
From the gun, it's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Another try after the 1st down sack. Locke. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Check 4. Teammate.
Go.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers, he's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the 1st half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lock. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
70, Indy. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Recon, 132 fighter.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 18. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
You better break. I'm letting you know right what we're doing.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the 1st half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Box it. Inside. Shoot. Kelly, zone left, Kelly. Inside. Under 10. Hey, 88. Hey, Delta.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 52 yards.
And up Packers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.